Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Zohar and welcome to Tzfat. So we're continuing in our readings of the Parshat Bo. And the word itself, Bo, means approach or come to. And it starts off, the readings start off with come to Pharaoh, approach Pharaoh. And on this, the Zohar asks that it should actually have said not Bo, not approach or come, it should have said lech, go to. Why does it say Bo, approach or come to? Go to Pharaoh. That's what it should have said. So let's take a look inside. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Amar Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Shimon says, Hashta it legala razin. Now is the time to reveal great secrets. The inu mitabkin le'ela v'tata, those that are rooted up on the highest levels of holiness, v'tata, and from there they descend all the way down to the other side, to the realm of unholiness, to the realm of what we call the klipot, the husks. Maktiv, what is written in our verses? Bo el Paro, come or approach Pharaoh. It should have said lech el Paro mi baile. My Bo. Why does it say that you should approach? So the truth is, the Zohar is going to tell us that when the verses say come to Pharaoh, it's not just referring to Pharaoh as being an individual king, the king of Egypt. It does refer to him as well, but refers to over here the level of Pharaoh, which is the king, and he is called the great serpent, the mighty serpent, which is the representation of evil, representation of the other side. And the Zohar continues, Bo, Ella, de aile kucha brichu idarin bataridarin. Rather, that God himself brought Moses rooms, chambers within chambers. Legabe tanina chada ila takif, until he brought him to a one mighty servant. Dechama dargin mishtal shalin mine, that many levels come out from, offshoot from this level. Man ihu, who is this? What is this level? That is the level called the Tanin Hagadol, the great serpent, which is the secret. The Zohar explains the secret of the klipa, the secret of the shell, the secret of the other side, of the dark side. Moshe dachil minei, and Moshe was understandably was very frightened of this, because he now had to approach and had to go face to face with the the darkness, the darkest, most part of existence. And velo kariv ela legabe inun yaorin, and Moshe just approaches the rivers of the deltas of the Nile, and it's explained that there were 9 deltas corresponding, or 9 major deltas corresponding to the 9 emanations, the 9 sfirot, which are the 9 sfirot of the other side, 9 sfirot of leumatzeh, of the other side, which all stem from the level of crown of the negative forces. The inun dargin delay, and that was the forces of him, referring to Pharaoh. So those 9 deltas were the mighty serpent, the alligator or the serpent, right, interchangeable, are where he floated. He floated from his place in his room, and from there he floated to the 9 deltas. Begin dechama le mishtarsh b'sharashin avalegabe dachil velokari. But to approach him himself, to approach Pharaoh, he was frightened and he did not approach him. Begin dechama le mishtarsh b'sharashin ilan, because he saw him rooted in very, very high roots, from the root of gevura, of strength, of the mighty strength. And the mighty strength, which actually is the counterpart of kedusha, of holiness. And Moses was thinking, well, do I or Do the nation of Israel really have the merit to be able to subdue and really diffuse this level of negativity? Am I able to do that? Kevan, so the Zohar continues, Kevan dechama kuchabrichu dedachil Moshe, since God saw that Moshe was frightened, and also all the other supernal angels were not able to approach this level of negativity. And this refers to very, very high angels. Even the high angels were scared. As it says, actually, they didn't even want to go down to Egypt. And we read this in the Haggadah on Passover night, that God himself went in and took the Jewish people out of Egypt because the angels themselves were in a sense scared to go down into that level of impurity. Amar kuchabrichu, so God said to Moshe, Hineni alecha paro melech Mitzrayim, he says, I am upon you. You think that you have created yourself and your own entity, the entity of darkness, the entity of negativity, of the other side, the klipa. You think that you're an independent being. God says, Hineni alecha, I am upon you. I am above you. In other words, you are nullified to me. Hatanim hagadol harovetz betochi erav. You are the great serpent, the mighty serpent that is within the Nile, within all the deltas of the Nile. And God himself had to make war and had to neutralize this power of the other side. As it says, Ani Havaya, I am God. I am God himself who took you out. And the great Kabbalists, the great wise people explain this idea of the secret of the mighty serpent, those who understand the secrets of Kabbalah, the Yadin Berazin the Marehon, and they understand the secrets of their maker, of their creation. So it comes out that although Moshe was scared and God himself had to do battle, but in a sense what occurred is that God held the hand of Moshe, and that's what it says, Bo el Paro, come to Pharaoh. I'm going with you to Pharaoh. I'm going with you to combat this other side, the side of negativity. And we learn from that a tremendous lesson, that in this week's reading, we approach we contend with our blind sides. We contend with negativity, and we contend with negativity. In fact, in the news, we contend with negativity all around us. And coming face to face with negativity is a very scary thing. Coming face to face with challenges is not something that we like to do. It's not something that we should like to do, but it's something that we have to do. And we have the ability to do this. We gain the ability to do this from the reading of this parsha, the very reading, the very energy of this week, and specifically of this particular portion over here, as discussed in the Zohar, gives us the ability to bo el paro, to come to approach this snake, the snake head, and to be able to be victorious. But that victory doesn't come because of us. That victory comes because God is holding our hand and is giving us the ability to be able to contend, to be able to be victorious. So that's very, very comforting, that we do have the ability to be victorious. We have that ability to be victorious because God is holding our hand and is giving us the ability to do so. So this battle of light versus darkness, of holiness versus klipa versus the other side, is something that was already hinted to Moshe at the beginning of this whole process of going and meeting up with Pharaoh, where God tells him, take your staff and it will turn into a snake. And that staff, which represents the mateh has to do with the 49 levels. Mateh has to do with drawing down, and it's drawn down from the highest level of the 50 gates, and it's drawn down into the other side, because the source of everything in creation comes from holiness. There aren't two realities. There's only one reality, and that's the reality of God. And Moses was told that his brother Aaron should throw the staff in front of Pharaoh, and that will turn into a snake. That means that the negativity and the power of Pharaoh, that he thought that he had such mighty power, essentially comes from the realm of holiness. There's only one. Einod milvado. There's nothing else but him.